Hello Hoopers, and welcome back. This is episode 3 of Hoopsie Daisy Hooping 101 tutorials. And today we're going to learn how to do off-body vertical movements, which is going to start out looking a whole lot like this. But first, let's warm up a little bit. So because we're doing a lot of off-body, we're using our arms a lot. Let's start with warming up our arms, maybe some circles back and forth. Some stretching. This week is Thanksgiving week. I'm excited to spend some time with some family and eat a whole lot of food. I'm in charge of making appetizers and rolls. So after this, I'm going grocery shopping. Got a lot to be grateful for. One of those things is I'm grateful for my body, and I'm grateful for the decision to make sure I'm getting outside and getting some sunlight and getting moving, especially this time of year when it's starting to get a little bit darker and darker outside. Got to get those happy juices flowing. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for hula hooping. I'm grateful for my sweet puppy. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for me. I'm grateful for my home. I could go on and on and on. I won't put you through that. This time. All right. I'm feeling warm. How about you? If you guys still need a minute, feel free to pause, get your juices flowing, and come back whenever you're ready. We'll get started. Do this. So we're going to be focusing on off-body vertical movements. And so to start that, first I want to show you how you're supposed to hold your hands when we're doing a circular movement around our hands. So a big old L shape with our hands. And we're going to keep it that way. So when we're hooping, our hand is going to be what the hula hoop rotates around, and our thumb is going to be our protection so the hula hoop doesn't hit us in the face. So what that might look like, it's like this, or like this. If I do it on my arm, there's nothing to stop it from moving up or off, and it can get annoying and it can get a little bit dangerous. So, then to start the hoop moving in this direction, let's start by gripping the hoop at, I don't know which way you're facing, 3 o'clock. And we're going to let the hoop basically drop. We're going to let go, and we're going to let gravity take over from right here. It's going to swing down. Let's just look at that first. So let go. We're going to let the momentum start right there. And then from there, we're just going to give it a little extra push once it rolls around and hits the back of our hand. We're going to give it a little bit of a swing to keep it moving around. And if we want to go in the opposite direction, what we can do is keep an open hand, start with the hoop on top of the hand, and just start letting it swing back to front. And then once it is back far enough that it takes that straight off angle, from our hand, we're going to give it that little extra push. So to start with the left hand, same thing. If we want the hoop to spin this way, we're going to start with it out and we're going to drop the hoop so the back of it swings down and around. There we go. Okay, so once you get it figured out, starting front and back on both hands, one thing that you can do to stop and switch directions is to grab it momentarily. So I have an open hand and the hoop is rolling around the open hand. And I find that as soon as the hoop hits my palm, that's a really good place to grip and stop. So let me show you. And once you grip and stop, the hoop wants to automatically swing down. And just like switching back and forth on the waist, this creates already a spring-loaded momentum potential moment. So we're going to grab the hoop, we're going to let it swing down, and then it's going to want to spring off the back of your hand. So that right there, that moment is a good time to take advantage and let it go the other way. So grab, let it swing down, come the other way. And it's going to be the same thing for the other direction. The hoop is rotating around, and once it meets your palm right here, that's a good time to grab it. And it's going to be the same thing. The hoop is going to want to naturally go the other way once you stop it. So practice that. Then let's start practicing turning into the hoop and turning out from it. So the hoop is going to stay right where it is, and it's going to be rotating in the same spot, and your hand's going to stay where it's at, but your body, which direction your chest is facing, is going to change. So right now I'm hooping to the side of me, but now I'm hooping in front of me. Side of me, in front of me. Side of me, in front of me. And then I'm going to do that for the other hand as well. Okay, so now I'm facing the other way. I'm just going to work on being an open door and shutting the door. Opening up and shutting. Okay, and then once that starts to feel comfortable in both directions and both hands in both directions, then we're going to start practicing switching hands. So our hand currently is one big L. If we want to switch hands or put both hands in the hoop, we got to think of a prayer position. So if I'm hooping on one hand, I'm going to bring the other hand in to meet it. Then I can take that hand out, put it in to meet it, take the other hand out and put it in to meet it. And that's how you switch hands. So let's look at it. Okay. So I feel pretty good about hooping in front of me, and I feel pretty good about moving in and out. So I want to switch hands. I want to start adding some spice. So I'm going to put my hand in when I see the biggest opening. And I'm just gonna put my hands together. And then when I see the big opening in front of my face, I'm gonna take a hand out. Put a hand in, take a hand out. Hand in, take a hand out. Open, close. Open, close. Put a hand in, take a hand out. Open, close. Open, close. Okay, another one that we can practice is starting with our hand on the outside of the hoop and transitioning it so that it's on the inside of the hoop while we're in motion. So I'm going to grab the hoop. I'm going to be at 12 o'clock with my hand. Right now I'm starting with my right hand. And I'm going to turn into it. And then I'm going to put my index finger on the top of the hoop. I'm going to lay it on the top. And I'm going to point it out. And then similarly to getting it started while our hand is inside the hoop, we're going to start just swinging it back and forth. So we're swinging it on these 3 fingers, our last 3 fingers. And our finger is going to catch it, our index finger is going to catch it and control the swing. So when we're ready, we're going to do a little hand roll. So if it's outside and we want it to be inside, we've got to roll it over and then release it around our hand. So what my finger is going to do is basically crawl around the inside as it's swinging up. We're going to crawl around. So we're going to rotate in the middle of the V between my index and my middle finger. So the finger's sneaking around and we're rotating around until we get all of our fingers on the inside. And then we're going to let it roll. Now practice that with the other hand. Sneaky fingers. Okay. Similar to our 2-point challenge that we did in the first episode, I just want you to start grabbing it mid-swing and seeing what you can do. Whether that's flopping it or turning it or switching hands in other ways when it's grasped. And then just see how you can incorporate that into our spin. Remember to move your feet. And I also encourage you to start playing with where your arm is located in relation to your body. So start moving your hand and arm up, down. See if you can get a little closer to your body or farther away. While you're moving, see if you can grab it and switch directions. See if you can grab it and start doing some weird stuff. Start getting weird with it. All right, just to review, we've got starting our hoop in each direction. We've got switching hands in and out and opening our bodies in and out to the hoop. We're going to remember to keep an L hand. We learned how to start and stop our hoop as it is rotating to make a more seamless changing directions. We learned how to start the hoop from the outside, going in with our sneaky fingers. And we learned that it's okay to get weird. And we're going to start grabbing onto our hoop and seeing if there are some creative, playful ways that we can move in the vertical position. So that's it. Let's get hooping. I just want to wish you guys a super happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you get some quality time with your friends and your family. And I hope that you eat a lot of food. And if you need some help digesting your big meal, maybe consider hula hooping. It's great for the gut, and it's a fun way to get moving. All right, guys, happy hooping.